Brian Palavaro Far here with Alex Nichols after his third place finish at the 2014 Grand Trail de Templiers. Alex, awesome run out there today.
Thank you.
When you were probably 10K into it and in 100th spot, were you thinking, I'm going podium today?
No, I wish I could say that I was, but definitely not. I was hoping for top 10, because that would at least hopefully help the team out, since it was a team competition. But yeah, I had no plans of top 3. So
at all, or once things got rolling?
No, not really. I thought on a good day, top 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So walk us through your race, because it's was it strategy that you started out slow and that far back place-wise, or?
Well, the thing is that I was looking at my splits before the race, and I had fast time, slow time, and even though I was the first checkpoint, I was in 32nd. I noticed. I was still actually ahead of the fast split that I had down for myself, so it wasn't that I was going slow, it was that everybody was going really fast.
Insanely fast.
Yeah.
And then when I saw you around 30, actually it was 42K in the full marathon, you're like, I'm in the mountains now.
Yeah. Well, it was the first marathon was 25 miles of pretty flat, fast stuff, and it was getting a little old. It's supposed to be a mountain race, and I was really expecting a lot of vertical, which there is. It just all happens really late.
Yeah.
So once we hit those first few big descents and climbs, I felt like I finally got into a good rhythm, and I knew I could start moving up.
So when I saw you had just moved into 9th at the marathon point, and then you're moving up through the field, you're catching where did you catch Sage Kennedy?
I caught him with 10 miles to go. Yeah, and I was actually really disappointed that it was Sage, because the team competition, I was really hoping he would be up front. But I think it kind of helped because he ended up, staying really close to me. So it was, just kind of working together a little bit.
So you guys did get to in sync for a little while.
Sort of. I thought he was gone, and then all of a sudden he was there again. So I think he kind of rallied from a kind of a bad spot in his race. So,
and you kept on rolling.
Yeah.
You get to the bottom of that last hill with just over 10K to go. You start going up it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
It started, well, this race was interesting because I felt really good for a while, and then all of a sudden I felt really bad really quickly, right at the base of that climb. It was a big climb. I think you were saying it was 1,300 vertical in a mile.
Yeah.
And really exposed to the sun, really hot. We hadn't had an aid station in 15 miles or something, so all of a sudden it got really tough.
How do you power through those tough spots? I mean, is there any time when you're just I just want to sit down on the rock next to the trail? Because let me tell you, I did that a couple days before, and it felt good.
That would have been nice. No, it was just, somebody actually told me in English, which was great, that Miguel Heras was 2 minutes and 45 seconds in front of me at the base of that climb, and I thought, well, if I work really hard, maybe I can catch him and move into, I think at that point it would have been 4th. So that was the goal.
And then you're rolling down the hill. Did you catch anybody on the descent off the mountain?
No. Eventually.
Yeah.
The really steep part, I was having a terrible time. I thought Miguel was going to come back on me.
See, envisioning it from afar, thinking you descending this really technical, really steep top part, that's where you're catching the bodies. No.
Well, yeah, it was just, the race got so hard in that last 10K that even though I'm a fairly good descender, it wasn't up to my normal standard, that's for sure. And then, yeah, sure enough, I saw Zach. I was shocked to see him with about a mile and a half to go. It was, again, really disappointing. And he was just moving so slow. So, yeah.
So you come in 3rd, outrunning Sage, outrunning Miguel, these guys, and Zach, who has less experience, but they all have ridiculously good 50-mile resumes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, man.
Yeah, no, it was a really good result. I think the distance obviously is pretty good for me. The course suited me because it was more mountainous in the second half. But to say I'm like a 50-mile guy the way Zach is, I don't know if that's going to happen. They're really hard races.
Yeah?
I don't know.
What makes them hard? 'Cause, I mean, we think we've talked before, like the short race can be really hard in its intensity. What makes the longer race?
I think it's just muscle breakdown. Getting to that point where you just can't go any harder because you're so physically destroyed. Where in some races you can't go harder because of lactic acid or you're just not fit enough. These races are more of just really kind of injuring your body, I guess.
So coming across the line, you were pretty beat up?
Yeah, I was. I didn't feel it at the time because I was so happy, but but yeah, it's a tough race. They always are.
Would you agree this is probably your best ultra result?
Yeah, the competition this year because of the whole team thing was really huge, and I ended up running a time that would normally win at this race, which I didn't see coming. So yeah, it just everything worked out,
and including the team win.
Yeah.
So you
I was hoping, like deep down, I didn't tell the rest of the team this, but I was hoping we could get 3 in the top 5. I wasn't sure who they would be.
Yeah.
And to actually have that happen, it's pretty big because there are some really good people here.
Totally, and I mean, I think one of the great aspects that the organizers had is that they could have divided up U.S., France versus Europe, and have it be anybody from those countries, but they were very specific that it's only the people from your country. But
yeah,
I mean, they were the designated team,
right? Yeah.
So it wasn't like 5 versus
1800
because, French.
If it was like us 5 versus anyone in the country of France, that doesn't.
But in the end, you guys beat the field.
Yeah,
as a team,
right? So it was a true win.
Resounding.
Yeah.
And is this the end of your season?
No, I'm planning on going to North Face.
Yeah.
And this was kind of pretty good timing for that. Like a good training run, I guess. Not really. No. This was a serious race. But yeah, as long as I recover from this, I'm planning on doing it.
So you were having a pretty good run at the North Face a couple years, if I remember correctly, and you
yeah,
blew out an ankle, probably?
Yeah, really badly. Yeah. I was in really good shape that year. I still don't know if I've ever been back to the shape I was that year. So hopefully this can kind of head in that direction.
Do you think after a long season, and you've raced in Europe, you've had a long, skyrunning season, you were injured for a little bit. Yeah. Do you think you can actually build off this and like train and make yourself stronger, or is it just kind of holding on at this point?
Yeah, for me it's just all about enjoying the running. And right now I'm enjoying it, so I don't really feel the need for a break.
Yeah. Maybe
that'll change after North Face, but at the moment it's fun to get out there, and that's not always the case. So whatever is working is working.
And it's still pretty good running around the trails around your house.
Yeah. Colorado Springs. I mean, Zach and I live really close. Yeah, it's a pretty good place. Not very technical, but obviously you can learn.
You can.
Yeah.
And teach some people out there.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a great race here, and best of luck getting ready for North Face.
Yeah, thanks.